Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Let me move the camera over, get situated. It is currently 7:31 p.m. and this is going to be just a short check-in vlog tonight. Alex is upstairs sleeping with little Boo Radley. Alex worked like a half day today, and then he went out to lunch with a friend, and then he came home and he was like, I am so tired. And he said, I'm going to bed for the night. I said, you're going to bed for the night? And he goes, yeah. So he's been sleeping since he got home, which was like late afternoon, early evening. And he just came down a little bit ago and took Boo Radley out. And I went upstairs to turn the fan on because we sleep with a fan. And it was so loud that I was like, I don't think I can vlog with the fan on. He was like, well, that's why I didn't turn it on. So anyway, yeah, so that's that. And what have I been up to? Well, not a whole lot. Let's see, I don't even know what I watched on TV last night. Late last night, I watched the second episode of that casting the Legally Blonde thing. I guess it came out in like 2007. I don't know how I didn't know about this. I mean, I kind of could tell how they were dressed in the show, that it's been around for a while. But so yeah, I watched the second episode of that, and then it went right into the third one, and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. So went to bed. Got up today. I've been super lazy today. I really haven't done a whole lot. I made some videos, and I just got done filming my Peterisms video, and it's like uploading as we speak. It's probably done uploading by now. And I was gonna film Peter Likes the booktube video, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do my vlog tonight, and then I will do that tomorrow. So tomorrow, hopefully, I feel a little bit more motivated than I felt today. Yeah, I just kind of, Alex came home and he was like, have you been real busy? I go, no, I've been lazy all day long. So that was my day, and now I'm vlogging. So I don't even really have tons to say. I actually wanted to go in to the comments because I haven't read the comments from like the last 2 days on the vlog, and I wanted to see what people were saying on the vlog. Blue hearts from Elise, blue hearts from Julie. Terry said, you'll probably get lots of diet tips now that you've brought up the topic. I've had the best luck recently in just following my instincts. I did start out strictly counting calories. I read labels like crazy. Okay, so I'm not gonna read all of the diet ones, but thank you, Terry, I appreciate it. So this is the funny thing about it. Whenever I talk about like dieting or losing weight on here, and the fact that she said that you'll get a lot of tips, I've actually addressed this and said this in previous videos, and I appreciate all the tips, but it's kind of like a little bombarding when, you know, because if somebody does keto and they lose a lot of weight through keto, they'll say, oh my God, you should do keto, you know? Or if somebody does the South Beach diet, they'll say, oh, you should do the South Beach diet, or Weight Watchers is the way to go, or count calories, or, you know, eat fast, or eat less, move more. You know, it's like, so whatever somebody does is what they believe is like the right way to lose weight. And so, I appreciate all the tips, and I read them and I take them in. So I do want to say that. All right. Okay. Allison said, I love Legally Blonde, the musical. Laura did a fabulous job. The entire cast was amazing. I think Laura was the original because they talk about her a lot, like in the episodes I've watched. I think she was the original Elle Woods because, well, I went and I looked through the playlist. I always do this kind of stuff. I went and I looked through the playlist of the episodes. I thought I knew who won the contest, and I thought it was this other girl, and I thought I had ruined it for myself. But when I was looking through the playlist, like I saw the last one, I don't know how or something, and oh, no, I know what happened. Okay, so this is how I fall down the rabbit hole. So in the second episode that I watched, they do this kind of thing at the beginning, and they get to go and like somebody wins, and then she gets to bring somebody with her to go like do an acting scene with one of the actresses in Legally Blonde. And I can't remember the girl's name, Nikki something, I think. But anyway, so I was like, oh, I wonder what this girl's done since, which was interesting because when I looked her up, I couldn't really find anything that she had been doing since the musical. Well, she'd done a couple things, but not like tons. It was like she had done the musical, and then she had done a couple other things, and then it just like stopped. And I was like, what's she been doing? Like, there's nothing about her since then. So anyway, but then I went and I looked at Legally Blonde the musical because I wanted to see when like it was like it ran, and like when it originally, you know, all this kind of stuff. Well, at the bottom of it, of the Wikipedia, it said in 2007 MTV ran a contest for the next Elle Woods, and so won. And I was like, oh my god, like if I hadn't been stupidly falling down the rabbit hole, I wouldn't have known who won. So now I know who wins the whole show. But Lenore said, my husband is a vegan. The best way to get protein is through legumes. If you aren't eating meat, beans, lentils, quinoa, and nuts on the side. Yeah. Okay. The Essential Forager said, Peter, I have a real dumb idea for you. Vlog while walking slowly on the treadmill. I've only been allowing myself to watch your videos at the gym lately. It's the motivation I need to get there right now. Well, I appreciate that suggestion. Okay, so I don't have a treadmill. That's the number one problem. And I canceled my gym membership because of difficulty in getting there. So, and people have suggested I do like walking vlogs and things like that, and it's like hard to like hold up the phone or the camera while I'm walking, so that's the only reason why I wouldn't do that. So many people in here are talking about the health things. Nicole says, I thought it was going to be Thursday, tomorrow, meaning today. Wow, LOL. Today's Friday, right? Today's Friday the 13th. Yeah. Alyssa said, I can't believe they consider that the high level of normal. Mine is higher than that, and I'm on, I don't know these medicines. I just got diagnosed with subclinical hypothyroidism. I'm over this heart stuff. Aww. I'm only 34. I'm on blood pressure medicine since I was 23, definitely under 200. The hell, Peter? No, that's too thin for you. You look great. Okay, so with the blood pressure stuff, you know, back in the day, they would say, 120 over 80 was normal, but 120 over 80 now, they consider it, like after all this research they've done, I mean, I've read a bunch of articles about this, they consider that to be like the high level of normal blood pressure. So, I mean, it's still normal, but it's like the high level of that. So what his concern was, is if he took me off the blood pressure medicine, that my blood pressure would go like higher than that, like a lot higher than that. I love Diane. Diana's, her comments are always so sweet. We are in the cozy Christmas living room in the jungle log time. Hi, boo. You look handsome. Love you. Take care. Love you always. Hope you have a good evening. Watch TV and relax. You have been busy this week. You might need a vacation. Hello, I definitely need a vacation. I think all the charts that say what you should weigh want you to look unhealthy, skinny. It seems like no matter what you do it at a loss is so frustrating. Stay safe. Love you always. Oh, you're so sweet. And then Carol responded and said, cozy Christmas. The decorations are gone. Actually, no, they're not. The decorations are right there. The decorations are right there. The Christmas tree is still up. Sally Joe the elf is over there. Okay. Okay. Penny said, I did the Noom app. I swear I'm not paid to say that, as I needed something to kick start things for me, and it totally did. I work well by the accountability of filling in what I ate, and also that I could eat anything, but it motivated me to make better choices. I canceled it after 4 months and continued well on my own. Okay, so I have a friend of mine that during COVID, he was like really heavy, and had like tried all different things to lose weight, like all these challenges, would go to the gym, did a lot of cardio, ate healthy. I mean, he had done like everything, had trainers, on and on, right? And during COVID, couldn't leave, obviously, where he was. And then he ended up taking care of a family member who was elderly. And so he was like on lockdown for like a year and didn't leave ever. And so he did Noom, and they would just like order in groceries and he would cook and stuff. He lost like 100 pounds using Noom. I told him, I said, you should reach out to them, like, and say that you want to be like, you know, like be a testimonial for them or something like that. He was like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. But anyway. Morgan said, hey, Peter, I know this sounds super lame, but have you and Alex thought about getting a personal chef? I know you both don't super enjoy cooking, and it may be helpful to have someone else prepare. I would love to have a personal chef. I'll have a grilled cheese, please. But see, I still wouldn't. Even though if I had a personal chef, I would love a bowl of pasta tonight. But no, we can't afford a personal chef. I would love to have a personal chef, but we can't have one. So they're a little expensive, I think. Sal said, Legally Blonde is one of my favorite musicals. I remember when the show was on, but I didn't watch it. Maybe I'll watch along with you. Peter, will you please retell the story when you called the police because you thought there was a ghost in your house? I'll tell the story in just a second. Actually, we were telling this story when we were on vacation, but I have to tell you a funny story. My friend Valerie, who watches my vlogs, I said to her the other night, I said, don't you think my vlogs, like, you watch them, like, you know me, like, you know all these stories, aren't they boring to you? She was like, yeah. I go, well, thank you for watching them. So, Tuesday night, I don't know why Valerie thought this was so funny, but anyway, so Tuesday night, Tanya and I, after our meeting, we went to the gas station that was right by my house. Tanya's like, I need a fountain poppin' Doritos. I was like, okay. So I went inside and got some crap too. And so, I'm so embarrassed to say this. This is just my truth, but I'm going to say it. So I'm obsessed with, this is so bad, you guys. When I don't have anything else to eat, like, I'm obsessed. Oh God, this is so embarrassing. With the egg salad sandwiches from the gas station. Okay. So anyway, so I got an egg salad sandwich at the gas station, like a bag of chips and like 2 things of cheese. And I was sitting there and I pulled my wallet out of my coat pocket. Okay, so my key to my post office box, I keep in the pocket of my bag, like this messenger bag that I always carry with me. So I keep it in the inside pocket of it and I don't zip that pocket. It's just in there. It's like this free key. Like Valerie said, don't you believe in keychains? I do. I have one key, a house key on a keychain, but like I don't keep other keys on there. So, I mean, and I don't really have any other keys except for this P.O. box. So I just keep it in there, right? So I guess I should probably put it on my keychain is what I need to do, but I'll do that tonight. So I pull the wallet out and I hear something like hit my jacket, and then I thought it hit the floor, right? And I was like, what was that? I go, did you hear that? And this woman that was standing next to me, she was like, yeah, I heard that. And Tanya was like, oh yeah, I heard that too. So I'm like looking on the floor and everything like that. I'm like, oh, I can't find it. And I don't know what it is. And I'm like, well, maybe at first I was like, maybe it was like a nickel or something because it sounded heavy. And then I was like, because I keep my wallet in the same pocket, I said, I think that was my P.O. box key. Tanya was like, are you sure? And I go, well, I'll know when we get out to the car because I'll look in my bag. So we go up to the car. I look in my bag. No P.O. box key, right? I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. So Tanya's like, well, go back inside, take your phone, look all around with the light, you know, and everything. So I go inside. The woman that worked there was so sweet. She's so nice. And I go in there a lot. So she knows me, obviously, from all the times I stop in there and get a candy bar and stuff. So I'm like down there, you know, with my flashlight. And I'm looking. She moves like the cooler that's next to the, you know, that has all the Coke bottles and stuff in it. She moves it so I can see underneath it. I don't find anything, right? So I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. If I have to pay for another key, I'll pay for another key. And I told her, I said, if you find a key, will you just hold on to it for me and I'll come back in here in a couple days. So the next night was when Valerie and I were going out to dinner, and I told her the whole story. And she was like, well, where do you think the key is? And I said, what I think happened was that it was like it fell into like the chips or something. Like I don't even think it made it to the ground, because they have like stacks of chips and stuff like right there, and like combos and like, you know, whatever. So I was like, I think it just fell like in there and it's like on a bag or something is what happened. And I said, until somebody picks one of those bags up, the key is lost forever. So we're leaving, and I went to the restroom at IHOP before we left, and so I handed my bag to Valerie. I said, can you hold this for a second? She's like, yeah, sure. So when I came out, she had it like across her chest. She had it like on, right? And because I had made some joke about like I was like, I love that bag so much, but I was like, you know, I'm thinking like I need a spring summer bag or something like that. And she's like, well, you can give this bag to me. And she was like opening the front flap, like, and she was like, this is where I could put my phone. And she said, do you have a key in here? And I go, what? And she goes, you have a key in here? And I go, I think maybe that's when I told her the story. I go, oh my God, that's my post office key. And it was my post office key. Actually, on the way home, we drove by the post office. And so, and I went to the post office, and I actually have like a yellow thing. I have to go and pick up something from the post office. So I'll have to do that early next week. But so, found my post office key. Okay, so on the way home, we go to the gas station, which is by my house, where Tanya and I had gone the night before. Valerie wanted a Diet Coke, and I wanted a candy bar. I wanted those Reese's sticks that I'm obsessed with. So we go in there, and we're at the counter. I don't know why Valerie thought this was so funny, but it was the same woman that was working there that had worked there the night before. And I know her, and I know this other guy that works in there, because like for years he's worked there, like when I would go in there. And I said to her, I said, oh my God, my friend found my key. And she was like, she did? And I go, yeah, my friend right here, she found my key. And she's like, oh, I'm so happy for you. She was so nice. And Valerie, it's like we get to the car, she goes, why did you tell that woman that I found your key? I said, because that's where it happened. Valerie just started laughing. She thought it was like the funniest thing in the entire world. She was like, I don't understand why you told that woman about that key. Why'd you tell that woman about your key? I'm like, Valerie, don't even worry about it. So anyway, the story about me calling the police. Okay. It's better if Alex tells the story, honestly, because I don't even know who we were telling the story to. Somebody we were talking about watching movies or something too. But anyway, we were like just on vacation. We were telling another couple this story. But we had been watching upstairs. So Alex and his mom had like cleaned the whole house that day. Okay. And this was before we had wood floors and stuff. And we had a different couch. It was like set up. It was like early when we started dating, because we still had it set up like the way that my mom had it set up when she lived in here. And there was like a couch over there and chairs and whatever. And there was like behind we have it over there now, but there was like this buffet table. And on it, we had 2 lamps that like plugged into like the floor underneath. And so anyway, he and his mom had been like vacuuming and cleaning and stuff like that all day. So this is why he thinks this happened. So anyway, so like one of the lamps was like kind of unplugged, plugged in, but not really. So anyway, so we had been watching Paranormal Activity that night, like one of them, like 1 or 2 or something like that. And Alex thought it was real stupid. I thought it was real scary. So he goes to bed, and he's like, let's turn this off. So we turned it off, and we go to bed, or he goes to bed, and I'm like laying there in bed, and I can't fall asleep, right? Well, we have a loft up there. Like it's all open. I don't know if you can see, but it's like, you see it's like all open up there in our bedroom. So the loft is all open. So like you can see, like if there was, like if it was like the whole house was black and like a light went on, like it was dark, like you would see it go on like immediately, right? So I'm laying there in bed, and all of a sudden this light goes on, and I lost it. I panicked. I was like, oh my God. Oh, I had been watching these movies too, like The Entity and stuff. And The Entity, the old Entity. Like one of the, I don't know if they did a remake of it or not, but one of the big things about it is that she says that you have to call the police because you have to get a paper trail because police don't believe in paranormal stuff happening. So you have to make sure that you call the police and you report all this stuff, right? Okay, so I'm like freaking out. I'm like, Alex, there's somebody in the house. Alex, there's somebody in the house. Total fraidy cat over here, okay? So Alex goes downstairs. I'm like, don't go downstairs. So Alex goes downstairs. He checks all downstairs. He checks the basement, everything, right? He's like, I'm going back to bed. There's nobody in the house. He's like, it's just the lamp. The lamp just got, like, probably, like, you know, because of my mom and I, like, sweeping today and stuff, it just was probably half unplugged and then it, like, something happened, right? And I was like, no, there's paranormal activity in this house. And I'm like, and I go outside and I said, and I'm calling the police because I know you have to get a paper trail. And I'm like dead serious about this. And I'm like, and I'm not going back in the house until the police get here. So policeman comes out and I think when I called, I said I wasn't sure if there was like somebody in our house or not. So the policeman comes out, very nice guy. Comes inside, he like looks all over the downstairs, all over the basement, goes through the basement, everything like that. He's like, there's nobody in your house. So we're standing outside. I think we were standing outside, but anyway, I said to him, he was like, do you want to make a report? And I go, absolutely. And he goes, okay, well, tell me what happened. And so I start telling him, I'm like, you know, we were watching Paranormal Activity tonight, and then this light went off, and he stopped, like he's writing this down, and he stops writing, and he goes, you don't want to report this. And I go, what? And he goes, you don't want to report this, they'll never come out here again. I go, listen, I've seen the Entity. I go, I know that I need to get a paper trail of this in case this stuff happens again. He was like, you don't want to report this. He was like, trust me, you don't. He was like, it's just something happened in your house. It's like not that big of a deal or whatever. He was really nice, but I was like scared to death to go to bed. Ever since then, nothing's ever happened. But I will tell you what's been weird recently. This has just happened like in the last week. The other day I left and I came home. So like when I get up and stuff, I make the bed and everything like that. And I had gotten ready in the bathroom. I'm like fanatical about like turning off the lights and things like that. So I turned off all the lights in the bathroom and whatever. And then I came downstairs and I was like waiting for my Uber and whatnot. And then I came home, and when I came home, I can't even remember what day it was, but maybe it was when I had my endodontist appointment. But anyway, when I came home, and then like Alex came home later, and I said, it must have been my endodontist appointment because that was the day that I got home later, and then Alex came home after that. And I said, I could see, oh, no. When I went upstairs, the bathroom light was on. And I said, did you go upstairs already? Because like he came in, and I didn't think he had gone upstairs. I said, did you go upstairs already? He goes, no. And I said, well, the bathroom light is on. And that's like the second time that it's happened. I'm like, maybe I don't remember that I left it on or something like that. But I'm pretty weird about like turning all the lights off when I leave the house. Or when I like, even if I just like walk downstairs, I like turn all the lights off. So like that's happened. And then the other thing that happened that was really weird was Boo Radley and I took a nap the other day. This was the day that we took the really long nap, like the 4-hour nap. And I came downstairs and I was getting ready to do some laundry. And at the bottom of the staircase was this like red ribbon thing. And it was like something that goes around like a Christmas tree or something. And I was like, where did this come? It was like the weirdest thing. I didn't even really, it was like just like this red strip that had like Velcro on the end of it. I didn't even know where it would have come from. Like, and it was just laying at the bottom of the stairs. It was not there when we went upstairs. It was just laying like right in front of the bottom of the stairs. That happened the other day. So I don't know if there's like paranormal stuff going on in our house, or I don't know. But that's the story with Paranormal Activity in the house. Needless to say, I haven't watched those. I haven't watched any of those paranormal movies since. They scare me. They really do. Let's see. A lot of people talking about the colonoscopy. Janelle said that hitchhiker guy had that interview in my city, Fresno, California. I don't remember if he was actually from there. I think he was just passing through. He's actually from Canada, Edmonton, Canada. That's in the vlog, or that's in the movie. Linda said, I pray for Priscilla as Lisa Marie passed due to a heart issue. Wasn't that so sad that Lisa Marie Presley passed away? I can't believe it. I'm so sad. Tanya called me. Was it yesterday when she passed? Or was it the night before? I think it was last night. Tanya called me. She said, I can't believe it. And I said, what's wrong? And she goes, Lisa Marie passed away. I said, oh, that's so sad. I mean, I honestly, it just feels like all of these people from my childhood are like passing away. She was like, I guess Tanya said she was only 54. Gabe said, love your vlogs and watching them while I eat. Oh, thank you so much. Linda said, I was wondering what the population of Indianapolis is. Anyone? No? I'm having a bowl of pickled pig skins. Ooh, wow. I'm about finished off a jar, 15 ounces. I had okay. What was that little whistle? Unknown fact, I can't whistle. Did you guys know that? And honestly, this is a true story. I could not snap until I came out. I remember I was like sitting around. Do you remember Z Formation back in the day? Okay, and everybody be like, girl, girl. But anyway, all my friends back in the day when I came out snapped. And so it was like right after I came out, and I was like with some friends and whatever, and we were sitting around these like older gay guys that I was older. They were like 23 or something when I came out. But anyway, we were like sitting around, probably drinking and getting high and not doing things we should be doing. But anyway, and I said something about like, I can't snap. And they're like, we're going to teach you to snap. And so they taught me how to snap. Yeah. That was that. The Golden Girls. That little sound said, that little sound the baby made, so sweet. He's like, Daddy, hold me, I love you. Okay, so Boo Radley has been doing this sound. I said something to Tanya about it the other day. He's been doing this like thing since he's gotten back from the kennel, and he's like, I mean, he's always kind of done it, but he hasn't done it recently. And Tanya said, oh yeah, like, you know, he would do it all the time, like when, you know, because, you know, she would have him like running around in the office with her and stuff like that, and like she would like pick him up and carry him around and whatever, and you know, she's like, and he would be like, Now he's doing it here. He loves, Alex carries him around the house all the time. Somebody said, struggling with gratitude lately. January is always such a hard month for my mental health. And Amy responded and said, sending love and peace. I try to remember this too shall pass, even this freezing cold January. I feel for you. You know, I talked about this in my Peterisms video today. It's like, I remember my mom talking about this when I was younger, that just these winter months are just so hard. You know, you wake up and it's like gray and dreary, and it's just like, you just have no motivation to really do anything. And I think especially when you have mental health issues, it even like compounds upon that, you know. It's hard, and it's hard to get motivated to do stuff. And so I'm sending lots of prayers and positivity to you as well, and to anybody else that's struggling with that. So all right, you guys, listen, I'm gonna get off here now, and I'm gonna go, I might go lay down with my husband for a little bit. And thank you for hanging out with me tonight on this Friday, it's cold Friday evening. It's actually not too cold. It's like low 40s, I think. So maybe upper 30s now. And I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Friday and a fantastic beginning to your weekend. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. You might be changing their day, putting a smile on their face, changing their attitude, or making them happy. And also be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and be kinder and love yourself a little bit more. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.